Welcome back to Rare Oakleys. We finally got our hands on a pair of 1311s. I know, yes, we are late to the party, but what's that saying? Better late than never, right? So I've been interested in these for quite a while, since their release, but I had a lot of reservations. Well, we finally decided to pick a pair up, or actually order a pair. They're in this box. They just arrived in the mail recently. We're gonna unbox them in front of you guys live, well, live on this video. And I'm going to give you my real first impressions, and of course then I'm going to go on my rant, because I do have a few bones to pick about these 1311s. Before we get into that, make sure you guys, as always, you know what to do. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Hit that like button, give us a thumbs up, and of course, do not forget to hit that bell icon. That's for you, so that you never miss a future episode of Rare Oakleys. Also, make sure you guys check out our other videos. I can't stress that enough, because we have a lot of great content, exclusive content, and actually very underrated content. A lot of athlete exclusive pieces that haven't gotten that many views, but if you guys check them out, you'll be glad you did. And also, make sure you check out my book. Not only is this book inspirational, but it's packed with tips and tricks on how to save money. Who doesn't love that? And it's just a fun and entertaining read. Even if you're not an avid reader, you will love this book. So definitely check it out. I'm going to leave a couple links down below in the description. So these arrived actually a couple days ago, and I've been saving them for you guys so we can unbox these. And let's take a look here. Please forgive me too, as you can probably tell, the camera lady, my beautiful wife, is not available, so we're flying solo today to get this done, but we really wanted to get this video shot, so we're doing what we gotta do. And yes, again, I did arrive late to the party, but that's because I did, even though I was interested in these, I did have some reservations. And I still have some concerns that we're gonna go over. Get this, hang on. All right. So I guess they were packaged well. And yeah, we got a discount. So Oakley, you can't stop me from getting my discounts. I can get discounts anytime I want. You just don't know, but you'll learn. All right. So at least they put some packing material in here to prevent the main box from bouncing around, right? We'll just set this aside for now. I don't need to worry about that. So here's the box. Sorry about the shadows there. We'll get this in focus. And you got your tag, right, with the SKU and all the information there. I'll let you guys pause that if you want to get any additional detail. But let's open these up, and you can get my reactions to this. Just making sure everything's stable here. Okay, oh, and by the way, we're also going to compare the 1311s to the Pro-M frames, because they are similar, right? And that's what they were modeled after. And we're gonna actually try them on to show you the difference. We're gonna look at a strike lens, which most closely resembles the Kato lens, or the Kato-esque lens that's in the 1311s. So we're gonna do that too. But let's get to the unboxing here. Okay, factory sealed with the sticker here, right? So let's cut this open here. Kind of forgot about that. Give you a close-up of the sticker. I don't know that it's anything special, but all right. Make sure we got enough room here so we can see. So this is the first thing I'm going to say. This looks kind of cool for the presentation in a way, but then again, it's kind of baffling because you have this kind of a fancy plastic piece with graphics on it, but it's all on cardboard, right? This isn't like a special case here. This is cardboard. So I question why they would put this fancy looking presentation piece, which again, in and of itself, I think is decent, but I question why they would put that on a piece of cardboard, right? That doesn't seem to make a lot of sense, but okay, that's fine. I'm not going to complain too much about that. I've got other complaints, though. We'll get to that here shortly. But here's the main box, right? And I do like the fact that it's a specific box for this. Actually, this feels heavy. I'm surprised, because I've seen some unboxing videos of these, and it didn't seem like it would be as heavy as it is here in real life. I do like that this ellipse here, the Oakley symbol, it's kind of embossed, but then it's shiny here, as you can see. I like that. I like you've got these cutouts here on the ends. I do like the overall design, the overall aesthetics of the case. But here's my concern. And it does feel kind of heavy, but it's still flexible, see, right? So it's not completely hard, which I guess it's fine. My concern is, and this is just me, where's the rest of the case? I feel like for $500, it should have a full case. I mean, honestly, for that price, I'm expecting a Pelican case. But for those of you familiar with Pelican case, if you're not familiar with that, definitely do an internet search and you'll see. Or at least the other half of the case. I would have been happier if they would have kept this top part, and on the bottom, they would have had more of a full standard case, or even a handle on this would have been cool. But okay, that's fair enough, whatever. Looks like there's some warranty information here too. Some registration information. We're not gonna really go through all that, but is there anything under here? Nope, it's just, yeah, okay. Again, it's really baffling why they would put this piece of plastic on a piece of cardboard. It doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. I mean, it's decent for the presentation, but it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. All right, so we'll set that there. We'll take a look at these. Maybe get a little bit of a closer look, so when we open these up for the first time, you can better see what we have. So this is a little confusing. How do these open? Oh, do they slide? No, I don't know. Wow. I guess I should have looked at the other unboxing videos better. Oh, they just pull off to the side. Okay. That's right. It's been a while since I watched the other unboxing videos. So these have been out for about 6 months now, as most of you know. 6 months from the time that this video is being shot, in the middle of July. And, okay, so even after you unsnap these, or pull those snaps down, they're still snapped on the edges here, it looks like. Okay. I don't want to break anything, so I'm being a little careful. All right, trying to be careful. Wow. Maybe that's why they made this flexible, so that it wasn't brittle. Okay. So this is how it opens, and you can see here, you've got your metal card, which I think is a nice touch. It looks nice, it looks fancy, right? You got your metal card. I'm going to try to focus on that so we can take a closer look at that first. Also has a similar graphic design to the plastic on cardboard insert, right, with those lines. And it looks visually attractive, I guess. I want to be careful with this because I've heard that this metal or metal-looking card is actually somewhat fragile. I'm trying to push the card out from the opposite side, the top of the case. Okay, there it pops out. And I don't want to get any fingerprints on it, but there's the card. You can see it has a silhouette, a slight silhouette, or what appears to be the 1311 shades, or the lenses there. And then the graphic designs, 1311 looks good. And what do we got here? Sorry, this is supposed to be an iPhone 15 Pro, and the camera's terrible on here, isn't it? Wow. Good job, Apple. I'm trying to focus the camera, and it shifts lenses amazingly. The engineers at Apple apparently are overpaid. Yep, look at that. Okay, mission 1311, model code, SKU number. Okay, that's great. I'm still looking for the serial number. I honestly couldn't care less about a model code or SKU. I'm far more concerned about a serial number, which obviously does not appear here. And then, okay, so they got this little right up here. I'm trying to get it so that you can read it without the glare. And I'm not going to go through and read all this. You guys feel free to pause the video if you want to read it. I'm trying to get it in focus, but sorry, it's just the camera, the angle. Maybe if we move over here, you'll be able to see it better. So if you guys want to pause the video to read what it says here, feel free to do that. I'm not going to try to decipher all this and read it to you. This isn't story hour. But I think this is cool, except, again, obviously, no serial number. I don't know that there's a consumer on the face of planet Earth that really cares about a model code and a SKU number on this, but, you know, those are the people running Oakley. That's what they think is important, or supposedly. Now, how do I get this back in here? Maybe we'll just worry about that later. I don't want it to fall out now. Maybe I shouldn't have taken it out, huh? I don't want it to fall back out. All right. What do we have here? We've got the bag, and what is in the bag? Extra nose piece. Okay, that's cool. You know what would have been nice is if they would have included, okay, and another nose piece. So I guess you can customize your fit if you so choose. That's fine. That's pretty cool. You know what would have been nice is if they would have included an extra set of ear socks, because I'm sure they cannot be purchased separately. But let's see what we got here. Okay, so a cloth, cleaning cloth, apparently. No micro bag. That's really cheap. 500 bucks, no micro bag. Amazing. Okay, that's another complaint then. So, the glasses themselves, they look pretty decent. I do like the icons, although I wish they would have been true metal icons, like on the Generation 3 M frames, also known as the new M frame, because again, this frame was modeled after that, right? I kind of don't want to touch the lens here. This is strange. I've never held a Kato. Actually, I have held a Kato. I should take that back, but I've never held a pair of 1311s like this. What is this? What does it say here? USA. Here we go, shifting the lenses again. USA assembled. Wow. Hey, nothing screams made in communist China more than a tag that reads USA assembled. You might as well just leave that off, Oakley, or just put made in China. I mean, you know, you're not really fooling anyone by saying USA assembled. It's almost insulting to put that, to be honest. The ear socks feel exceptionally soft, and I'm saying that from being an Oakley fan for 35 plus years. They feel very soft, softer than normal. That's a little bit weird, but they do. Frame feels like you would expect it to feel, actually maybe a little bit loose as far as the flexibility, right? What do we have here on the inside of the ear sock? Is that a CE? I believe that's Certified European tag. I'm trying to get that in focus for you guys. And again, we're working with, oh, okay, CE, UK, and CA, all right. And the opposite, 1311. I think that's kind of a nice touch there, the little 1311 logo on the ear sock on the inside of the left ear sock. And of course, you got your lens here. And I forget the specific name for this, but it's very similar to the Kato lens, most closely resembling the strike lens for the Pro M frame. Although, look at that on the sides. I did not notice this until now, is that they don't come straight down, kind of like they do on the sides, like they do for the strike lens on the Pro M frame or the M frame, but they actually are slanted a little bit. So, I probably should have gotten a Pro M frame bag to put these in, since they don't include a micro bag. That's pretty crazy. That is definitely crazy. Let's try these on. Let's try these on and give you our impressions here. Actually, you know what? First, we do have a special guest. We have a special guest for this episode. He's volunteered to try these on. His name is Bob. I think he's going to try on first. He's going to try on the Pro M frames, and for that we brought out a pair of strike Pro M frames with the strike gold iridium strike lens, emerald frame, a nice classic color combo. Probably should have done an unboxing on these first, huh? But this is going to be the lens that most closely resembles the 1311 lens. And let's just take a look at these side by side. Yeah, you can see there, that's what I noticed, finally noticed, is that the 1311 lens, it's a little bit angled on the edge as opposed to the strike. So that's one of the main differences. Obviously the nose piece, but I want to see if they have similar coverage. Bob's going to try these on real quick. And then, so we'll take a look at these with Bob, and then I'll probably try them on too, just for good measure, right? To see how they fit, to give you guys an idea. Actually, let me do this. Again, please bear with me because the camera lady is not in today. But here we go. So we got Bob here. Let's get him in focus. We're gonna try these on. All right, okay. So now you got a pretty good look at how the Pro-Am frames appear, or how they fit on Bob. You know, I should have probably chosen a lighter lens because that gold iridium is a little bit dark on him, because he has a dark complexion, this guy does. Okay. So now let's try on the 1311s. I don't think Bob likes this. He's kind of old school. Wow, you can see they definitely cover his nose. They look a little bit larger, right? A little bit larger than the strike lenses on the M frames. Here, maybe I'll try these on real quick. So we got the Pro M frames, and you can take a good look at the coverage here. I don't see much, a little bit of a gap here on the edges, right? Tiny bit of a gap on the bottom. Nothing spectacular, nothing detrimental, really, I would say. I love the Pro-Am frames. And these frames feel a lot sturdier than the 1311 frames. They just feel tighter. They have more rigidity to them, a little less looseness, if you will. Let's try on these 1311s here. Hopefully these look decent. I should have brought a mirror. Okay, how do I look? I don't know. They do seem a little bit weird because of the nose. I mean, I still have a tiny bit of a gap underneath. It seems like that little slant here on the edges, they do provide a little bit better coverage than the strike lens, just to let you guys know. But yeah, very comfortable. I think they seem decent. I do like how they redesigned the top here too. I forgot to mention this. They redesigned the top, the brow, with this little bit of a, I don't know what you call it, inlet. I think they did a good job with that. Now here's my problem. Here's my problem with these. This is where I really start going on the rant, other than the issues that I mentioned when I was unboxing these, but you've got a limited edition, right? And do they look cool? They're cool. I like the concept. I just feel like the execution was very, very poorly done. First of all, the lens color, Prizm Road Black, I mean, it's okay. Why not Prizm Jade? Why not Prizm 24K? Why not Prizm Sapphire, right? I mean, you could have had a number of other colors that would have added so much more life to this lens, to this release, but you chose probably the most drab color possible, Prizm Road Black, or just Prizm Black, whatever. It would have been nice to have some color. Really, for $500, we should have had a Prizm polarized lens. Think of this, and I haven't seen it yet. Maybe I missed it, but I have yet to see a Kato lens, which this most closely resembles. I understand it's not Kato, but it's closest to a Kato lens, right? I haven't yet seen a Prizm polarized Kato lens. So why didn't Oakley do that? Well, because they're luxottica. They don't care about you. So they're just going to give you whatever they're going to give you, and they're going to charge a premium price. So no polarized lens, boring lens color, and then the frame color is just matte fog, which is just gray. Again, this is the most boring lens and frame combination that I could ever imagine. I think, you know, a while back, several months back, I unboxed a pair of, what were they? I'm trying to think of the exact name now, but it escapes me. But they were dark gray. They had a metallic finish, Really cool frame color. New frame color. I had never seen it before. Scenic gray or something. They could have done that with a Prizm polarized jade lens. That would have been awesome. Or do something exclusive, but this is probably the ugliest frame and lens color that they could have possibly done. Quite literally. But that's what they did. And then they charge all that money. Yeah, very disappointing. No carrying case, a little cloth to wipe them off, which I guess, but really disappointing. Then we've got this. Oh, sorry, went to sleep here. Give it a few seconds. All right, so we've got this. This is on Oakley's website, of course. And what do we have here? Well, we've got the 1311s, and this is up to date. I'm going to refresh the screen just so you know that this hasn't been sitting here for many days, right? You got the 1311s, and what does it say here on Oakley's website? Well, it says right here, this product is only available on Oakley.com and in Oakley stores. Okay, well that's odd because I believe the people who are running Oakley, whoever those people happen to be, you can look them up, I'm not going to name names, but these people have such contempt for you, the consumer, and your intelligence that they think that you're stupid and don't have access to the internet. You don't have access to something called Google, because when I go on Google and I look up Oakley 1311 right up here on the top left, right? Look what comes up. I mean, there are a number of other locations that are selling 1311s. Here's exhibition.co, and I clicked on these. I mean, I don't know what this is, obviously, but look at this. Is this Oakley.com? Is this an Oakley store? No, it's not. What does it say? Oh, in stock, ready to ship. So apparently, what else do we have here? I got some other ones. Sneaker politics, right? Here you can add it to cart. You can add to cart. You can even buy more than one if you're so inclined to pay $500 times 10 or whatever. What is this? Slam Jam. Wow, look at this. They got them here too. So obviously, and there's other locations too. I kind of look down here. Look at this. We got. You can see, I mean, you can do your own search if you want to, but here's Bodega, right? Strictly Bicycles, right? You can click on it. Here it is. They're available. Add to cart. So when they tell you on their website, because they have so much contempt for you, the consumer, and they're going to lie to your face and tell you that it's only available on Oakley.com and in Oakley stores, that's not true. Even if they decided to change their distribution later on during the product life cycle, and even if they decided, hey, we're going to sell these through other sales channels now, because apparently they're not selling out. That's how limited edition they are. It's been about, again, 6 months since the release. Even if they were going to do something like that, they didn't change the website to reflect that. So it's either incompetence or laziness or some combination of that. They just don't care about you. That's how Oakley feels about their consumers. And also, look at this. Look at this. Here's another big one. So if you'll notice here on Oakley's website, they're still charging. They actually increased the price. I shouldn't say they're still charging. They used to be $492. So because they're not selling out, what does Oakley do? They actually increase the price to $516, and they're cheaper. Not only are they available on other websites other than Oakley.com, but they're less expensive. $492 all over the place, right? So keep that in mind with Oakley. Unfortunately, we're no longer at the pinnacle of Oakley's success when Jim and Colin were at the helm, and there were a lot of other really awesome people too. We're now in an era where, as you know, Oakley is owned by Luxottica, and they control 95% of the sunglass market, so they can just do whatever they want. You're just going to take whatever they give you. And if you don't like it, too bad. We don't care. Go buy a pair of Ray-Bans. Go buy a pair of Tom Fords. Go buy a pair of Dolce & Gabbanas. Go buy a pair of Armani's. We don't care because we own almost everything anyway. So just keep that in mind. But I do like the glasses. Again, I do like the 1311s. Just disappointed overall. Disappointed that they didn't include a solid case, something more similar to a Pelican case, something that would resemble a full case and not just a half a case. Very disappointed that there's no serial number. Disappointed that they're still available 6 months after their initial release. And you may even ask, you know, why did you buy them then if you're complaining about them? Well, I do like them. Again, I do like the concept. I just think the execution was very poorly done. And hopefully, moving forward, somebody at Oakley, I'm not getting my hopes up, but hopefully somebody will take that information and do something constructive with it for the future, because this was really a poor release. It really was. And I got a big discount. I paid less than $360 for these out the door, and that's the only reason I got them. Otherwise, I would have never paid $500 for them. Sorry, just would have never done it. I remember back in the day when X Metals were out, Juliet's were $250, and I think they raised the price to $275 because the demand was so high. And granted, that was about 20 plus years ago, but $500 for this? No, not even close. Anyway, as always, thank you guys for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. Do not forget to hit that bell icon, and we will see you next time on Rare Oakleys.